Smriti Sharma of Plus One Arts welcome you all. Today, we all have gathered here for awareness session on entrepreneurship. Today we have Mr. Ati Priye Mangas. He is a business blaster coach and global advisory member in Punjabi Chamber in Commerce. He has extensively worked in all the facets of management with specialization in the fields of leadership development, organizational behavior and employee engagement. And we also have among Dr. Harmeet Singh, who is working as Assistant Professor and Deputy Director IPR Cell at CTU University. He got his bachelor's and master's degree in computer application. I feel honored that I was given this opportunity to speak about you both. Once again, we welcome you all from the core of our heart. Now, I request Mr. Ati Priye to come to advise and guide the students. Please, sir.
Smriti, mic.
Hello. Hi, good afternoon everyone.
Good afternoon.
Sorry for keeping you wait for so long and sorry for the technical glitch that you had to face. But welcome to this session. So before we start with this session, I would just like to ask which class is sitting over here? Arts and Commerce. Okay. So do you know what this session is all about? Okay. So today we are organizing Entrepreneurship Awareness Program, and this we are doing in collaboration with Startup Punjab. Right. Now we'll go through certain slides and we'll be having certain activities also for you. But before we actually proceed further, I have my colleague with me, Dr. Harmeet, who is an expert in patent, and Ms. Apurva, along with the support of Tangri sir. So we are over here to guide you about the entrepreneurship and how you can be innovative. So for this particularly, I would like to thank the management of the entire school for letting us give this opportunity so that we can interact with each other. Now before we actually begin with this session, do you guys know that what entrepreneurship is actually all about, or who is an entrepreneur? Do you guys have an idea about it? Kisi ko pata hai? Okay, let's do one thing. We'll keep this session interactive. Okay, so let's start interacting with each other. You don't need to feel shy about anything. And yes, if you feel that something you are not able to understand, or if you feel that you are getting bored or something, please do let us know, because we have many fun elements with us. And we are pretty much sure that at the end of the session, you guys will love the session and you guys will actually learn something out of it. So okay, so before we actually begin with it, I would like to tell you, Himanshu, lights off kar do. Ek light off kar do. Okay, so I hope that the screen is visible to everyone? Yes, sir. All right. So see, these are the learning outcomes that we are going to cover in the session. The session is going to be a bit long, so please bear with us for that. But yes, it's going to be fun and interactive for you. So we are going to understand about the entrepreneurship. We are going to understand what is the startup ecosystem in India. Then we'll understand about the innovation, and we'll understand what is the support system which government is providing to the India. Now, I asked you before the beginning of the session that do you guys know who is an entrepreneur or what is an entrepreneurship? Does anyone know about it? You guys are comfortable in English? Yes. Okay. You can either reply in English, Hindi, Punjabi. उसके अलावा कोई language आती है वो मुझे नहीं आती, sorry. But yes, please try to answer this. Does anyone know who is an entrepreneur? किसी को पता है entrepreneur क्या होता है? कौन होता है entrepreneur? Anyone? Yes, please.
An entrepreneur is those persons which start their own business. Entrepreneur यही है कि जो अपना business अपने आप start करते हैं और एक तो अपने आप के लिए employment opportunities ये कर रहे हैं, और जो startup पंजाब है वो भी बहुत सारे opportunities देते हैं. तो entrepreneur यही है कि जो अपना business खुद start करता है.
Nice. Anyone else? No one? Okay. Okay, first of all, let's clap for this girl, please. Thank you. Let's now understand, means who is actually an entrepreneur. So, I'm going to show you a small video, right? And from that video, you'll just get a glimpse of being an entrepreneur.
What does it mean to be an entrepreneur? In a world of inaction, over-promising and under-delivering. Every second, man seems to claim himself an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is someone that would never call himself an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is someone that is happy to work while all others are out partying. An entrepreneur's drug is success. He is addicted to success. And finally, the entrepreneur knows one simple fact. I will make it, maybe not immediately, but absolutely and definitely.
So did you guys get an idea? Now see, who is actually an entrepreneur? Now, means my friend over here, she said that an entrepreneur is someone who starts a business, right? But there is a very thin line between an entrepreneur and a businessman, right? Now see, when you start a business, you actually start a business for profit. Exactly, thank you. But when you start an entrepreneurship or when you start a startup, you don't look out for the profit at the very beginning. You try to look out for some solution for the market, right? Do you guys use Ola or Uber? Yes. What does an Uber do? It helps you get a taxi, right? So you can transport from one place to another, right? What does Swiggy do? Food delivery, right? So before this Ola or Uber was there, was it easy for you to order food from your home? Right? There was only one or two apps like Domino's were there or some other, like McDonald's was there, right? Through which also you need to first pick up the phone, give them the order on telephone. But now with these apps, you can directly place the orders right from your fingertip. So what has it done? There was the problem. And these apps came up with the solution for that. The problem was the delivery of the food at your home. And what did the founders of this app came up with? They came up with a solution that, let's create an app which would help the customer get the food delivered to his home right with the swipes of some fingers. Similarly, you pick up any startup venture. Every startup or every entrepreneur, they have come up with a solution. And we'll, learn about this in the coming slides. So, the key point over here for an entrepreneur is that the entrepreneurs, they don't see the risk, they see the rewards. When it comes to the entrepreneur, an entrepreneur needs to have certain traits. Now these traits, which which are being shown on the slides over here, these traits are not required to be gained by the birth only. You can develop these traits in you. Everyone does it. So an entrepreneur needs to be creative and he should be passionate about the venture that he is traveling. He should be self-motivated. He should be optimistic about it. He should be future-oriented, flexible, because an entrepreneur has very limited resources with him. Have you seen any entrepreneur, with huge rounds of funding at the initial stage of his startup? Everyone starts from the scratch and then slowly and steadily they build up their empire. And for building up the empire, you need to be very, very flexible with the resources that you have, right? And then the most important thing is that he should be adventurous and decisive. Now this guy, who this guy is? Who is this guy? I was getting some other reply from the back end. Who is this guy? Steve Jobs. Who was he? Founder of Apple, right? Is Apple an innovative company? Is Apple an innovative company? Okay, how many of you feel that Apple is an innovative company? Please raise your hands. Okay, one, only one, two, three, four. Okay, which is the other innovative company? Is Samsung an innovative company? How many of you feel Samsung is an innovative company? Okay, okay, so mixed response. Let's hear it out from the man himself, what it means to be a successful entrepreneur.
I was lucky. I found what I loved to do early in life. Woz and I started Apple in my parents' garage when I was 20. We worked hard, and in 10 years, Apple had grown from just the two of us in a garage into a $2 billion company with over 4,000 employees. We just released our finest creation, the Macintosh, a year earlier, and I just turned 30. And then I got fired. How can you get fired from a company you started? What had been the focus of my entire adult life was gone, and it was devastating. I really didn't know what to do for a few months. I felt that I'd let the previous generation of entrepreneurs down. I was a very public failure, and I even thought about running away from the valley. But something slowly began to dawn on me. I still loved what I did.
We are going to make it or break it based on whether we can provide products to higher education and services and relationships to higher education that no one else provides. And I think we have to spend 100% of our time thinking about that. And if we can't do that, then we ought to go broke.
And so I decided to start over. I didn't see it then, but it turned out that getting fired from Apple was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. The heaviness of being successful was replaced by the lightness of being a beginner again, less sure about everything. It freed me to enter one of the most creative periods of my life. During the next 5 years, I started a company named Next, another company named Pixar, and fell in love with an amazing woman who would become my wife. I'm pretty sure none of this would have happened if I hadn't been fired from Apple. It was awful tasting medicine, but I guess the patient needed it. Sometimes life's going to hit you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. I'm convinced that the only thing that kept me going was that I loved what I did. You've got to find what you love. And that is as true for work as it is for your lovers. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life. And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking and don't settle. So keep looking, don't settle.
So you see, Steve Jobs was fired from his own company, but did he give up? No, he bounced back. You know, that's the main trait of being an entrepreneur, because life of an entrepreneur is full, means with thorns over there. But ultimately you need to, means bounce back with some more innovative. And what he did, he founded 2 more companies, Next and Pixar. Today Pixar Animation is one of the most famous animated companies over there, right? And then ultimately he gained back the control of Apple by becoming the CEO again. And what he did after that, he brought innovative products into the market. Why? Because he understood that what customers actually demand. So for being an entrepreneur, you need to first understand the basic difference between an employee and entrepreneur. Now consider an employee. What does an employee do? An employee goes to the office, right? He punches out in the morning, attendance punch karta apna, right? He works out the entire day, somewhere around 4 to 5, he punches out, and then he goes back to his home. And the next day again, he wakes up in the morning, punches in, does his routine work, and then punches out, and then goes back to his home. And every day the employee is doing same thing. That circle is, means it's not changing, it's becoming monotonous every day. Every day you are doing same task, you are doing same thing, you are just chasing one simple target which the organization has given to you. But an entrepreneur, on the other hand, he grinds himself. He wakes up late at night. He keeps on pushing his limits so that, ultimately he could bring some change in the society. And because of, means vary this notion, today India has seen a tsunami of entrepreneurs. You must have seen, many startups rising out these days. Have you seen Shark Tank India? Yes. What happened after that? There was a wave of startups everywhere, right? Then Business Blaster came up. And meanwhile, means we are even attached with Niti Aayog, Government of India, for encouraging the startups, and we are also attached with Business Blasters. So we are on the advisory board of governments too. So what happens after that? When this swarm of entrepreneurs, this swarm of startups came, India today is the third largest country in the entire world which has most number of startups or entrepreneurs over here. Which is the city which has the most number of startups in India? Mumbai. Okay, or? Bangalore. Why Bangalore is the most preferred destination for startups? Do you have any idea about it? पंजाब से काफ़ी स्टार्टअप्स मूव करते हैं बैंगलोर में और गुड़गांव में वेंचर सेटअप करने के लिए. एंड व्हाई डज इट हैपन? Because of the strong bureaucratic system over there, because of the government support over there, because of the good infrastructure over there. That's why startups are moving over there. Bangalore, Gurgaon, Noida, they have co-working spaces for young entrepreneurs whereby they can sit and work for the entire day by just paying some minimum amount. And now, in order to means promote and boost up this ecosystem in Punjab region also, Punjab government, Startup Punjab, they have come up with so many amenities. I'll show you in the coming slides. They have come up with so many amenities through which you can even enjoy the same, or rather I should say even more benefits than the cities like Bangalore or Gurgaon are offering. And that's means the revolution which Punjab government is doing for building up the startup. In Punjab, do you know which city is becoming the next IT hub? Not Ludhiana. It's Mohali. Most of the industries, be it Infosys, be it Microsoft, be it IBM, they are setting up their ventures in Mohali. Most of the entrepreneurs are setting up their ventures in Mohali. Mohali has come up with many incubators and accelerators. Now what are these terms? We'll understand in the coming slide. Through which means you can reap out the benefits. Companies, means government initiatives like Startup Punjab's, IM Mission Punjab, they have their own accelerator programs through which you can get the grant of even 3 lakhs by just submitting your idea. So government is supporting, but the only thing is that we need to understand means what government is doing for us. So now in order to, okay, do you know which this ministry is? Have you heard about this ministry? Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion. Now this ministry was established in order to monitor the startup ecosystem of India. Now this industry has defined one definition of the startup which says that startup is an entity, right? You are from commerce, you might be knowing what is an artificial person. Have you heard about artificial person? Yes. You must have studied about it. So which act controls this? Companies Act, right? 2013. Thank you. Now okay, in Companies Act, which is the section which has all the definitions? 4. Okay. And in 19, okay, and in all other acts, which is the section which has all the definitions? In any act. In any act, which is the one section which has all the definitions of the entire act in it? It's section 2. You pick up Income Tax Act, you pick up any other act, the section 2 gets all the definitions included in it. Now similarly, this DPIIT has come up with its own definition of startup. Why? Because it's very important. So now see what happens. In DPIIT also, they have defined it that startup is an entity registered in India. Number second, the annual turnover should not exceed 25 crores.
Right? Sir, मैं आपको बताना चाहूँगा आज हमारे यहाँ पर डिस्ट्रिक्ट एम्प्लॉयमेंट ब्यूरो एंड एंटरप्राइजेस से भी ऑफिसर यहाँ पर आए हुए हैं. साथ ही जो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट का इंडस्ट्री डिपार्टमेंट है उनके ऑफिसर भी यहाँ पर आए हुए हैं. और मैं आपको बताना चाहूँगा कि एक एंटरप्राइजेस एस्टेब्लिश करने में या एंटरप्रेन्योर बनने में कौन कौन सी परेशानियाँ आती हैं, कितनी परेशानियाँ आती हैं, प्रॉब्लम्स फेस करनी पड़ती हैं बहुत सारी. उन प्रॉब्लम्स का कैसे सॉल्यूशन निकाला जाए, कैसे उनको आप रिजॉल्व कर सकते हैं, उसके लिए भी हमने रिक्वेस्ट किया था मैडम मनदीप कौर जी तो मैं उनके बारे में ज़्यादा तो नहीं, उनके बायोग्राफी में बताएंगे, मैडम बताएंगे, लेकिन मैं इतना जरूर बताना चाहूँगा, शी इज टॉपर ऑफ LPU और उन्होंने बीइंग ए वुमेन एक एंटरप्राइजेस एस्टेब्लिश किया है, IT कंपनी एज ए सिम्बा क्वार्ज के नाम से विलेज के अंदर उन्होंने एस्टेब्लिश किया है। और आपको मैं बताना चाहूंगा मोर देन 125 कैंडिडेट्स को, बॉयज एंड गर्ल्स को उन्होंने एम्प्लॉयमेंट वहां पर प्रोवाइड कराया हुआ है। तो वो कैसे कराया हुआ है उसके बारे में वो खुद ही मैडम एक्सप्लेन करेंगे आपको। उनसे रिक्वेस्ट किया था, वो यहां पर पहुंचे हैं। साथ ही फ्रेंड्स, कोई भी काम किस तरह से आपने स्टार्ट करना है, मैडम तो LPU के टॉपर हैं, लेकिन आज हमारे बीच में श्री जितेंद्र सिंह जी भी यहां पर आए हुए हैं। वो भी आपको बताएंगे कि उनका एज एंटरप्रेन्योर जर्नी कैसी रही, कैसे वो यहां तक पहुंचे हैं और क्या अभी वो कर रहे हैं, वो भी आपको यहां पर इसके बारे में एक्सप्लेन करेंगे। तो हमने आज यहां पर एज ए सक्सेसफुल एंटरप्रेन्योर के एक्सपीरियंसेस भी वो आपको मिलेंगे, साथ में गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स आपको कैसे हेल्प करता है वो भी आज आपको यहां पर मिल रहा है एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म के ऊपर में। तो यू आर लकी, मैं इसलिए आपको ये लकी वर्ड बोला था। ये सारे ऑफिसर्स कभी भी आपको एक प्लेटफॉर्म पर नहीं मिलते हैं। अगर आप अपना टाइम और मनी स्पेंड करके जाएंगे आप कहीं, तो पर्टिकुलर एक ऑफिसर से ही मिलने जाएंगे, जो कि सारी इंफॉर्मेशन आपको वहां से नहीं मिल सकती हैं। तो मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगा अब डिपार्टमेंट के बारे में। ये MSME डिपार्टमेंट क्या है, तो पर्पस हमारा ये था प्रोग्राम का, और डिपार्टमेंट है मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ MSME गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का। फ्रेंड्स, मैं बताना चाहूंगा, नाम तो देखने से लगता है कि MSME माइक्रो स्मॉल एंड मीडियम एंटरप्राइजेज, पर कई बार हमको भी लोग MSME कहकर ही बुला लेते हैं कि तो ये कुंदन लाल जी फ्रॉम MSME, नॉट फ्रॉम MSME। MSME आप बनेंगे, यू आर प्रोस्पेक्टिव एंटरप्रेन्योर, यू आर प्रोस्पेक्टिव MSME माइक्रो स्मॉल एंड मीडियम एंटरप्राइजेज। तो आपको मैं बताना चाहूंगा कि ये मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ MSME का डिपार्टमेंट है, और ये डिपार्टमेंट 1956 में एस्टेब्लिश किया गया था। 1956 में जब हमारा देश आजाद हुआ था 1947 में, तो देखा गया कि हमारे कंट्री की डेवलपमेंट किससे हो सकती, तो एक एग्रीकल्चर और दूसरा इंडस्ट्री, दो चीजों को मेनली लिया गया था। तो उस समय जब 1956 में ये डिपार्टमेंट एस्टेब्लिश किया गया, तो इसमें हर ट्रेड के इंजीनियर्स को अपॉइंट किया गया, जिससे कि हर ट्रेड की इंडस्ट्री को डेवलप कराया जा सके, और नाम दिया गया था डिपार्टमेंट का SIDO, स्मॉल इंडस्ट्री डेवलपमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, लघु उद्योग विकास संगठन। और जो हमारे फील्ड के ऑफिस थे, जैसा कि हमारा यहाँ पर लुधियाने में है, उसका नाम दिया गया था SISI स्मॉल इंडस्ट्री सर्विस इंस्टीट्यूट, लघु उद्योग सेवा संस्थान। तो ये लघु उद्योगों के लिए काम करता था। तो लघु उद्योग किसको आप कहेंगे, उद्योग किसको कहेंगे, आप अपनी भाषा में किसको उद्योग कहेंगे, किसको इंडस्ट्री कहेंगे? इंडस्ट्री के लिए एस्टेब्लिश किया गया था। किसको इंडस्ट्री आप कहेंगे? जिसमें किसी भी रॉ मटेरियल को प्रोसेस करके हम कोई प्रोडक्ट, फिनिश प्रोडक्ट तैयार करते हैं, मींस उसमें मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एक्टिविटी इन्वॉल्व होती है। बट ये देखा गया कि मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के साथ साथ जो हमारी आज की जनरेशन है, उसके लिए सर्विस सेक्टर का भी बहुत अच्छा स्कोप है सर्विस सेक्टर में। तो उसको कैसे इंक्लूड किया जाए, ये हमारी जो मिनिस्ट्री का नाम था उस समय SSI था, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ SSI स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्री। इसको कैसे इंक्लूड किया जाए, तो आई टेल यू कि 2 अक्टूबर 2006 में एक एक्ट लाया गया, MSME एक्ट, और उस एक्ट को पार्लियामेंट में पास कराया गया। जब पार्लियामेंट में पास हो गया, तो डिपार्टमेंट का नाम बदल करके इसको MSME इंडस्ट्री से इसको एंटरप्राइजेस कर दिया, और इसको MSME इसको कैटेगराइज कर दिया माइक्रो स्मॉल एंड मीडियम एंटरप्राइजेस। और जो हमारे फील्ड के ऑफिस थे सर, उनका नाम दिया गया था MSME DI, माइक्रो स्मॉल एंड मीडियम एंटरप्राइजेस डेवलपमेंट इंस्टीट्यूट। लेकिन ये अभी रिसेंटली 30 जून 2022 को ही चेंज करके इसका नाम MSME DFO किया गया है, डेवलपमेंट एंड फैसिलिटेशन ऑफिस। फैसिलिटेट पहले भी करते थे, लेकिन इसको जो हमारा प्लानिंग कमीशन से इस तरह से इनको चेंज किया गया। ये अपना इसके बारे में मैं ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं कहूँगा, सिर्फ इतना ही बताना चाहूँगा। और ये हमारा जो डिपार्टमेंट है इसमें अब एंटरप्राइजेज कर दिया और कैटेगराइज कर दिया, और ये हेडेड बाई सीनियर मोस्ट आईएएस ऑफिसर डेजिग्नेटेड एज एडिशनल सेक्रेटरी एंड डेवलपमेंट कमिश्नर सिटिंग एट निर्माण भवन न्यू दिल्ली। और जो हमारे फील्ड के ऑफिस हैं हेडेड बाई डायरेक्टर, जो कि ऑल ओवर पंजाब एंड चंडीगढ़ का ऑफिस सिर्फ लुधियाने में सिचुएटेड है, वहीं से लुक आफ्टर किया जाता है। और मैं इसी तरह से हमारे ऑल स्टेट्स में ऑफिस हैं, क्योंकि आप ऑल ओवर इंडिया से हैं, जो यहाँ पर हमारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं, पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं, ऑल ओवर इंडिया से हैं। मैं आपको बताना चाहूँगा ऑल ओवर इंडिया में हमारे ऑफिस हैं, तो उनका आप बेनिफिट ले सकते हैं कि कहीं पर भी जाकर के अपनी एजुकेशन कंप्लीट करने के बाद आप अपने भी किसी स्टेट में जाकर के, किसी भी सिटी में जाकर के आप अपना एंटरप्राइज इस्टेब्लिश करना चाहते हैं, तो हमारे उन ऑफिस में जाकर के आप उनके साथ कंसल्ट कर सकते हैं, उनकी जो हेल्प ले सकते हैं अपना एंटरप्राइज इस्टेब्लिश करने के लिए। तो अब मैं थोड़ा सा सर बताना चाहूँगा कि माइक्रो स्मॉल मीडियम एंटरप्राइजेज किसको कहेंगे। माइक्रो एंटरप्राइजेज मीन्स इसको अब से पहले ये ओनली इन्वेस्टमेंट बेसिस पे था, लेकिन 1 जुलाई 2020 को इसकी नई डेफिनेशन लाई गई है, और वो नई नोटिफाइड जब किया गया इसको डेफिनेशन को, तो उसमें मैं आपको बताना चाहूँगा माइक्रो के लिए इन्वेस्टमेंट 1 करोड़ तक का और टर्नओवर 5 करोड़ तक का हो सकता है। इन्वेस्टमेंट ओनली ऑन प्लांट एंड मशीनरी 1 करोड़ तक का और टर्नओवर 5 करोड़ तक का। स्मॉल के लिए इन्वेस्टमेंट 10 करोड़ तक का और टर्नओवर 50 करोड़ तक का। मीडियम के लिए इन्वेस्टमेंट 50 करोड़ तक का और टर्नओवर 250 करोड़ तक का हो सकता है। ये एमएसएमई को इस तरह से डिफाइन किया गया है। तो फ्रेंड्स, जब आप यहां से अपना एजुकेशन कंप्लीट करके निकलेंगे और आपका ये जॉब नहीं मिलती, मिल जाती है वेल एंड गुड, अगर नहीं मिलती तो आपका मन बनता है कि हमने कोई एंटरप्राइजेज इस्टेब्लिश करना है, तो टेक्निकल नॉलेज तो आपको यहाँ से मिल जा रही है, लेकिन इसके बावजूद भी अगर मान लीजिए आपके एरिया में जहाँ पर आप काम करना चाहते हैं, जो आपकी टेक्निकल नॉलेज है उसका स्कोप नहीं है, आप किसी और लाइन में भी जाना चाहते हैं, तो हमारे ऑफिस में हर ट्रेड के एक्सपर्ट हैं। उसके लिए टेक्निकल नो हाउ फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट प्रोवाइड कराई जाती है, टेक्निकल कंसल्टेंसी फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट। जैसे कि मान लीजिए आपने सोप डिटर्जेंट या कोरोगेटेड बॉक्सेस, या मान लीजिए बोन चाइना क्रॉकरी, या मान लीजिए टाइल है, आपकी फ्लोरिंग टाइल्स है या वॉल टाइल्स है, कोई भी काम अगर आपने करना है तो हमारे यहाँ ग्लास सेरेमिक्स के एक्सपर्ट, केमिकल के एक्सपर्ट, हॉजरी टेक्सटाइल के एक्सपर्ट, लेदर फुटवियर के एक्सपर्ट, मेटलर्जी के एक्सपर्ट, इलेक्ट्रिकल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स के एक्सपर्ट, हर ट्रेड के एक्सपर्ट हमारे यहाँ पर आपको मिलेंगे, जो ये आपको फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट आपको कंसल्टेंसी प्रोवाइड करते हैं कि अगर आपने कोई आइटम बनाना चाहते हैं तो उसके लिए क्या उसके लिए रॉ मटेरियल होगा, क्या उसके लिए मशीनरी होगी, और कहाँ से रॉ मटेरियल कहाँ से मशीनरी मिलेगी, ये आपको एक तो ये मेन रोल है डिपार्टमेंट का। दूसरा, आपको मान लीजिए आप कोई काम करना चाह रहे हैं तो उसके लिए कंसल्टेंसी आपने ले ली, उसके लिए आपके पास क्या होना चाहिए, मैं थोड़ा
Do you know what a pitch deck means? Okay, what is the most important thing that is required to run a business or a startup? Funds, right? And how you are going to get funds? If you don't have anything right now, let's say, if you want to just start the venture right now itself, how are you going to start it? You'll take loans or issue shares. Okay, that's the later stage. Okay, what else? Banking loans is there, yes. Borrow money, yes. Or maybe means you have some of the money saving from your pocket, or you can means take the money from your friends or from your family. So what that concept is known as, that is known as bootstrapping. Right now, these jargons which I will be using, these are used in the startup ecosystem. So bootstrapping simply means when you use the funds from your family members or from your own pocket. Okay, but like some of my friends, they said that you can take the money from banks or from investors, right? Now for that, you need to present this pitch deck to them. You told me that you saw Shark Tank India, right? Shark Tank India में क्या होता था? A candidate used to come down from the door, then एक sharks का panel बैठा होता था, and then he used to give his pitch in front of all the sharks. That this is my product, this is what I'm be doing, this much revenue I have earned, these are my co-founders, these are my team members, right? So that is known as the pitch deck. And pitch deck is very, very important. You know, one of the largest investment company, Y Combinators, they give you 3 minutes time to give your pitch deck. In 3 minutes, you need to pitch in front of the investors what your product is all about and why they should invest money into your amount. And there are hundreds of competitors who are competing for those 3 minutes. So understand the importance of pitch deck. A pitch deck is simply, it can either be in an oral format or it can either be in a presentation format, right? But what concepts you need to bring it in a pitch deck, that ultimately lies on the product that you want to sell. Funding I've already told you, yes. So you know, first thing I told you about the bootstrapping one, right? After getting it bootstrapped, you can go for the incubators or angel investors or crowdfunding. Now crowdfunding simply means you get funds from many other public sources, right? Then comes the series of funding. You must have heard that इस startup को series A funding मिल गई या उसको series B मिल गई. So there are 5 series A, B, C, D, E. So after these series, then some of my friends say that you issue share. That is calling out for the IPOs. That is initial public offerings. So from that comes into the last stage, when your startup is actually well received by the audience and now you can enter into the IPOs or stock market. Now, can anyone tell me what an innovation means? What is it? What is the meaning of innovation? Anyone?
Bringing new ideas.
Bringing new ideas, right. Who was it? Who was it? Thank you, please clap for him. You know, it all revolves around bringing new ideas and bringing some change into it. And let's hear it out from the lady over here, what an innovation means, to get some more clarity about it.
Innovation. What is it? How do you do it? Innovation is all about coming up with new ideas or improving old ones. We can think about innovation as a process to create these ideas and test them. From scientists to designers, artists to engineers, anyone can innovate to solve problems. This process starts off with a need or a challenge. What is a problem that you might like to solve? Have a think about all the different ways to solve this problem. What already exists? What materials can you use? Think about some inspiration from the world around you, or even ask some friends to help you come up with some ideas. Then make a prototype. A prototype is like a draft. It doesn't have to be perfect, or work properly, or even use the same materials as the final product. Often, you'll make lots and lots of prototypes before your final design. In order to figure out whether it does what you want it to do, you need to test it. This is often the part where you learn the most about your idea. Is your prototype doing what you want it to do? Can you improve it? What changes would you like to make? After testing your prototype, figure out what you want to change and refine it. Did it fail completely? Great! Use this failure as feedback to help improve it. You can change something big or small, or even go back to the drawing board and start from the beginning. Innovation is nothing new. Everyone has done it at some point in their lives, whether it's making a new invention, coming up with a new dance routine, or even writing a story. Have a look around you. Are there any problems or challenges that you'd like to solve? Next time you have a problem, have a go using this process. Have a go thinking, making, trying, and refining. You never know what you could come up with.
So did you understand what actually innovation means? Now tell me something. Have you heard about the company Nokia? Yes. Was it innovative? It was innovative. But did it continue to innovate? No, it perished. Right? How many of you have heard about the company BlackBerry? BlackBerry. Raise your hands who have heard about it. Okay, okay, okay. Was it innovative? You know, there was a time when the corporates, the industrialists, they used to be, feel privileged that yes, they are having a BlackBerry phone with their hands. Why? Because that was the most innovative product during that time. The email feature which BlackBerry used to have, the keyboard feature which BlackBerry phones used to have, they used to revolutionize the market. Similarly, Nokia came up with such innovative products that it got down even the gaming pad in your palms. There was a phone with the name of Engage was there, right? Then 6600 was there. These were the iconic phone models which actually changed the mobile ecosystem. But what happened after that? The era of smart screens started to evolve. Big phone screens started to evolve. The touch screen started to come. Nokia did not innovate itself, and then ultimately it failed. And today it's nowhere out in the market. No one knows Nokia these days. No one uses Nokia phones these days, right? So similarly, I've already told you about this. So you need to be innovative, and for being an innovative, you don't need to restrict yourself to just one innovation. Innovation should be continuous in nature. You see, these days also you get updates of your apps every day. Means if Christmas is coming, if New Year is coming, Swiggy, Zomato, Ola, they come up with some new features to their app. Why? They are innovating themselves. Because if they'll not innovate, they'll perish. Okay, what's the new name of Facebook these days? Meta. So do you know what Meta means? Have you heard about? Okay, did you hear metaverse before this Facebook changed its name? This metaverse was coined in late 1800s. But why it is gaining momentum now? Because of one startup which is known as Facebook. Right? Facebook changed its name to Meta. Why? Because this is going to be the next stage of innovation in the social media or in all the other things. Have you seen metaverse? What metaverse looks like? Have you seen? Do you want to see? Yes. Okay, let's see.
Imagine you put on your glasses or headset and you're instantly in your home space. It has parts of your physical home recreated virtually. It has things that are only possible virtually. And it has an incredibly inspiring view of whatever you find most beautiful.
Hey, are you coming?
Yeah, just gotta find something to wear. Alright, perfect. Hey Mark, hey, what's going on? Whoa, we're floating in space. Who made this place? It's awesome.
Right? It's from the creator. I met in LA.
This place is amazing. Boss, is that you? Of course it's me. You know I had to be the robot man. I thought I was supposed to be the robot. Whoa.
I knew you were nothing.
Hey, wait. There is Naomi. Let's call her. Hey, should we deal you in?
Sorry, I'm running late, but you've got to keep on checking out. There's an artist going around Soho hiding AR pieces for people to find.
3D street art. That's cool.
Send that link over so we can all look at it. This is stunning.
It's awesome.
I love the movement.
Wait, it's disappeared.
Hold on, I'll check the artist and they'll extend it.
If you guys like it here, I have another that you're gonna love. Check out this forest store. Oh, let's see. Koi fish that fly? That's new. This is wild. Hey, one sec, boss. It's Priscilla.
Hey, you have to see this beast is going crazy.
Oh, I love that guy. We've got to show that to the kid. Can you also send that to my dad?
I'll message him.
All right, see you at home. This place is great, Boz, but there's something I gotta get back to. All right, so
you see, this is going to be the next phase of innovation. And this is not just picturized or filmed by a camera. This is the reality which is happening. I'll tell you something. You know Justin Bieber?
Yes.
You know, he did a concert in Metaverse. You can Google it out later on. There was a marriage in India in Metaverse itself. The bride and groom, they created their own avatars and then they got married in Metaverse. You know blockchain technology? Have you heard about it? Do you know means it is based on Web 3.0? You guys have any idea about what Web 3.0 or what 2.0 means? Okay. Do you guys use internet? Yes, sir. The internet which you are using right now, that is known as Web 2.0. Okay. Now why it is known as Web 2.0? Because the earlier version of it, which was obviously Web 1.0, they used to, means only let the users read down the stuff from the internet. That's it. The things which you can do right now, like you can post your, means reels on Instagram, you can post something on your story on Facebook or something. Earlier, that control was not over there. But when Web 2.0 came, the companies like Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, they started to come up. But is your data secure these days? It's not secure, right? Why? Because these big companies, they are holding down your data. They are being questioned in the court of law many times that they need to disclose that what kind of data they are, holding on. Okay, let's give you one simple factual idea about it. You guys must be using phone these days, right? Yes. In your phones, you must be having Siri or Google Assistant in you, yes. Right? What happens when you say, "Hey Siri" or "Okay Google"? It immediately pops out. Does it mean that the phone is always listening to you? Does it mean that the phone is always copying your data and transmitting your data to everyone else? Although this is a very debatable question because there are many security layers attached to it. But still, your data is not secured. That's why in order to secure your data, Web 3.0 was coined. Blockchain technology came into the existence through which you could actually take control of your own data. And how it is helping it to have you control? Through NFTs. You must have heard about NFTs. Now in real world, like you can purchase the properties out, similarly you can purchase virtual properties in Metaverse through NFTs, and then you can sell it down. And over here, the entrepreneurs have a very big opportunity for themselves. If you are not able to encash this opportunity, you are going to perish it out. And many big companies, they have realized this, and that's why they are coming up with so much innovative products. Right now, let's say if you want to do certain shopping, what do? You pull out the phone out of your pocket, open up an app, go through the custom products, add it to the cart, and then place the order, right? But how the future is going to be like this. This is the future which is going to be in next 5 years down the line. See, this is how you are going to do shopping next. Now this video was shared by Walmart.
Walmart. I will be your shopping assistant module today, but you can call me Sam for short. Okay, let's get started. I have your shopping list loaded up, and I'm tracking your oil change so I can let you know as soon as it's done. You see the tomato sauce on your left? Go ahead and grab that and then place it in your cart.
This customer is just sitting in his car, and with the help of AR and VR,
like
he's doing the shopping.
Take a look to your right. Your age has already been pre-verified through your profile, so no need to wait for an ID check. Just place the item in your cart whenever you're ready. From your connected smart device. It looks like you already have a full gallon of milk at home. Should we put this one back? Now for the fun stuff. To electronics. You definitely saved the best for last. This TV has great reviews on Walmart.com. Add it to your cart and I'll have it brought to the front for you.
So you see, this is how the shopping experience is going to be. You know, in countries like Dubai, Singapore, they have already started testing delivering the products with the help of drones, right? And in Bangalore also, that testing has been started by the Amazon. But you know, the future is for this only. And in order to be a successful entrepreneur, you need to indulge yourself into systematic innovation. And you know, it is the change that always provides the opportunity for the new difference. So, and how do you bring change? You bring change through ideas. So see, it's a vicious circle. It all comes down to point zero. It all comes down to the first stage, that is the idea, right? Now, when it comes to the idea, have you heard about this guy, Mr. Annadurai? Do you know about him? You know, he is that guy whose talk are now being organized in institutes like Harvard. And you know, he's been invited many times on TED Talks. What has he done? He is just a small, means normal commuter. He was just an auto rickshaw driver. But he saw the opportunity. He saw the innovation. He got something innovative done in his auto. And now people are waiting for 3 to 4 months to get just one ride in his auto. There's a huge line for it. What has he done? Let's see it out.
Hi, my name is Annadurai. I'm the auto rickshaw driver in Chennai. My auto inside is iPad Pro is available, laptop is there, and Samsung Galaxy Tab is there, and fridge inside is coffee hot water, paper boat, and blender water, and petrol box is here, there inside free fruits and snacks, and AWS deep legs also available, and Amazon Alexa show, and Google Next Hub, and small TV, and Wi-Fi also available, and swiping machine, and customer relationship development podcast is there, and token read, magazine, newspaper. Why? Because my customers is my real card. That is, I'm able to eat one from the money I earn through my customers. This is accidental job only, so I didn't really choose this job, but I tried to do correctly available.
In management, in the commerce also, they teach you that customer is the God. Customer is God, customer is the king. Ultimately, whatever product or whatever process that you are developing, the customer is the one who is going to use it. And if the customer is not appreciating the efforts that you are doing, your product is going to be not accepted, right? And that's what he do. That's what he did, sorry. He came up with the product which customers actually demand. That's why, you need to come up with certain innovative, and for innovation, you need funds. You need support system. For that, government has come up with various schemes. Now, government of Punjab, Startup Punjab also, they offer you many legal aid services. They offer you many financial services. There are many schemes which the government has come up with, through which you can gain the benefit out of it. The schemes are even presented over here. Sorry. See, you can even get the grant of 3 lakhs by just submitting your idea. No questions asked. The only thing is that your idea should be game changer, right? You can get relaxations of subsidies also on loans. And why government is coming up with all these things? Because government wants to stop brain drain. Okay, tell me something. Have you heard about Rishi Sunak? Yes. Is he from India or Indian origin? Yes. Okay, Satya Nadella, who is he? Sundar Pichai? Yes. Are these names sound Indian to you? Yes. But what happened? Are they in India? No. They have drained out of the India. Why? Because of the lack of support. Because of lack of support of the Indian government. But now government has woken up, they are changing themselves. They are bringing change to the society in order to stop this brain drain and utilize the innovative minds in India itself. That's why they started with this Make in India project, right? In order to support the young innovative minds. And for that, they have come up with many other things. Now, the first thing is incubator. Do you know what an incubator is? Have you seen a small baby put up in a ventilator in a hospital? Yes. When he is newly born, he is not able to breathe properly. He is put up in a chamber. What does that chamber do? It gives him oxygen so that the baby can recover and then he can grow up fast. That's what an incubator is. An incubator simply means a system which helps the startup grow in its early stage, right? Like our university also has an incubator. Startup Punjab also has an incubator, right? They are over there to support the young startups. Now, once the incubator is set up, the next comes the accelerators, right? An accelerator simply means, what does an accelerator do in a car or in a bike? It gives speed to the vehicle, right? Yes. Similarly, for startup also, accelerators act like a speed mechanism. They help the startup to accelerate through various programs. They help the startups to connect with the venture capitalists through angel investors, which ultimately helps them in funding. And then comes the last but not the least, that is mentors. Mentors like us, they are over there to help the young entrepreneurs stand up for themselves so that they can, actually pull up. Now, before we conclude this session, I hand over the stage to Dr. Hamid, who is going to tell you about how you can protect the idea. This is just a small video, which I'll request you to watch very carefully because this is going to be a life lesson also for you. So, be it over here. Know this guy?
जब दर्द का बादल छाया, जब गम का साया लहराया, जब आंसू पलकों दिखाया, जब ये तन्हा दिल घबराया, हमने दिल को ये समझाया, दिल आखिर तो क्यों होता है, दुनिया में यूं ही होता है। ये जो गहरे सन्नाटे हैं, वक्त ने सबको ही बांटे। थोड़ा गम है सबका किस्सा, थोड़ी धूप है सबका हिस्सा। आग तेरी बेकार ही नम है, हर पल एक नया मौसम है। क्यों तू ऐसे पल खोता है, दिल आखिर तो क्यों होता है।
So you see, your startup journey is going to be like this racetrack only. You know, you'll face many troubles on the road, but ultimately you'll get the support of your friends, family, teachers, mentors. They are the ones who who believes in you. And ultimately, when you believe in yourself, then you'll be able to reach down the success, and then you'll get the standing ovation from the critics, from the criticisms that you must be facing. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much. Thank you. These are the details. If any one of you would like to stay connected, these are my details. You can stay connected with me over there. Thank you so much.